Manchester United risks missing out on a top summer target, Jadon Sancho, after it emerged they're not willing to pay more than £50 million for the white man's services. Borussia Dortmund are highly unlikely to want to sell for that price, but with only 2 years left on Sancho's contract and with terms already agreed between United and the player, per the Daily Express, the Bundesliga club, now that they run the risk of losing him in a year's time for even less. It started a game of brinksmanship that journalist Duncan Castle believes is turning into a war. They are in a war with Borussia Dortmund at the moment, he said on the Transfer Window podcast, cited by the Daily Express. They've agreed in principle some salary terms with Jadon Sancho. They've got the players in the place in terms of agreeing he'll be ready to come to Manchester United next season. Dortmund are in that difficult area where they have 2 years left on his contract. He is one of the most valuable players in Europe at present. In fact, Football Observatory and the Switzerland Academic Institute, very strong in football finance, published a report this week using their transfer market value calculator, which isn't by any means they values Jadon Sancho in their algorithm at €180 million with his 2 years of contract remaining, and suggested that if Dortmund were able to access an extra year on his contract, which could be possible if they don't receive the fee they believe he's worth, that value will go up to €223 million. I'm sure that will be cited in discussion by Dortmund and will also be used by Jadon Sancho representative in any discussion with Dortmund should it come to a point where they end up staying at Dortmund and extending his contract with the release clause in place next season. Dortmund have today, Tuesday, made it known through the German press that they want to put a deadline on this. They want any deal to be done by the 10th August. That the day they've told German press that they want to the matter resolved. There has been no formal bid for Manchester United at this stage. What you have is noisy from the club and briefings that they won't go above £50 million, and that fits some information I have for within the club about limitation and caps they want to put on spending. That is, that they do want to limit a maximum transfer fee on a deal for a player coming into the £50 million if they can. I don't think they'll get Jadon Sancho for a £50 million. I don't think Dortmund will sell for that price, although there are other targets that the Red Devils could considerably go after. To have made such a play for Sancho only for any deal to fall through would be hugely disappointing for the clubs and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, particularly if they are able to secure Champions League football next season.